Welcome to Real Love, Real Stories TV and podcast. This is Kanu and I'm the host. Thank you so much for tuning in. This is the place to be to hear love stories. Today I'm going to be sharing my 5 tried and true ways to survive the holidays when you are single. But first, let me start with a story. So I recently moved to Arizona 2 years ago from Oregon, where I lived there for over 15 years. And because of the weather, a type of weather that Oregon has where it rains and rains and rains and it gets dark at 4 p.m., it's dark, 8 a.m. it's still dark. I was experiencing seasonal affective disorder. And every winter I would suffer through this where, I wasn't looking forward to the holidays as such. And also being single, it's like, you're going through this by yourself and people are coupled up going to holiday parties. And I didn't have family in the area. So it just piled on and on and on. And here I find myself wearing a gift that a friend gave me, which was a gag gift, which I actually ended up using more than she thought I would, was this Snuggie, which is a giant size blanket that you put on like a sweater. And I would find myself wearing this every single day in my house during winter and just feeling sad and lonely and alone and all those things where I didn't want to do anything because one, the weather was bad and I didn't want to run because I'm a runner. I'm like, I'm not going to run when it's raining. And sometimes it's way too cold. You don't really enjoy doing things in such, in weather like that. So every winter, I literally was suffering through seasonal affective disorder. And it will change once the sun starts coming out. It starts going away and my usual sociable self starts coming back and then I enjoy life again. But for those few months, it was miserable. So I tried a few things. So here are my 5 tried and true ways to survive the holidays when you are single. Today's show is brought to you by Audible. Audible is offering our listeners a free audiobook with a 30-day trial membership. Just go to audibletrial.com/real love, real stories and browse the unmatched selection of audio programs. Download a title free and start listening. It's that easy. Go to audibletrial.com/real love, real stories to get started today. Number 1. Make your environment beautiful and inviting. So my birthday falls on November 30th. And I decided that every single year I would decorate my Christmas tree on that day. Sometimes I would invite some friends, we'll eat my favorite German chocolate cake, and we would decorate my tree. And I actually did that again this year. So I take this day, November 30th, to be the day that I take my Christmas decorations out. I decorate my place. I make it beautiful. I put all the candles out and, that are seasonal and, just make it very inviting. Now, when I lived in Oregon, it would be dark and dark and dark. Now I'm in Arizona. Well, the sun is out right now and clear blue skies and, however, it's cold. So we find ourselves being inside the house a lot more than we would during summer. So this is the time that I want to make sure that my place is beautiful. I even get flowers sometimes and light a candle, make it smell good, turn on my tree. And I like looking at my tree because I decorate it very nicely. And also just having my Christmas lights on my patio when I look outside and I see the lights are on. That just makes me feel happy, makes me feel festive. And, I don't know, it just puts a smile on my face. So, my point number 1 is make your environment beautiful and inviting, however you feel it should look like. Number 2, so do something for someone else. Now, you could do this different ways. You could volunteer to help others, especially the elderly. They might be alone and, without family. They need somebody, just like I feel right now, being single and in a place where I don't have family and very few friends. It can become very lonely. So think about that elderly person who might be feeling that for sure. So make sure you help an elderly person who is around you, and check in on somebody that who might have lost a loved one recently. Holidays are really bad for people who lost loved ones, because this is where you start to remember all those traditions that you had created together, and you miss them, you wish they were there, and you can easily become really sad and depressed during the holidays. So be sure to check on someone, and just do something for someone else. Number three. So number three is more like you need to mingle and or plan a single soiree that you can share the joy with others. So there are lots of single parties. I mean, even regular parties where you can attend and you can mingle with people, married and single. So take advantage of the celebratory mood that's in the air, and and mingle with people. And if you don't have any parties to attend, you can easily plan your own single soiree and share the joy with others in the same boat as you. And it gives an opportunity to put on that cute little LBD, or, the little red dress, and look good and have fun and drink a cocktail, with others. So go ahead. My number three is mingle and or plan a single soiree. Number four, create some traditions, some fun traditions. So take yourself out to a play, take yourself out to dinner, like make a reservation, even just for you in a nice restaurant, and thank yourself for working so hard. This is the end of the year. So you've worked so hard all year round, and I'm sure you have gone through a lot this year. So take yourself out and thank yourself for surviving whatever it is that you survived. Go to a party alone. I know some people end up saying no to invites to go to a party because they don't want to be alone. It is okay. You will not be the only one who's alone there. Go to a party. You never know actually who you're going to meet while you're there. And if all this doesn't sound appealing, travel somewhere new. A lot of you folks are in places where the weather is really, really bad right now. So travel to Arizona, for example, where it's cold, but it's sunny. Travel to Europe, or travel somewhere, Hawaii even, where it's sunny and you can go lie on the beach and you can have fun. And you never know who you're going to meet up with there too. So create some fun traditions and travel somewhere new, go to a party, take yourself to dinner, take yourself to a play, whatever tickles your fancy, do that. And then lastly, number five. Number five is remember to trust God's timing. So as a Christian, I know sometimes I'm like, I want to meet a person right now. I want to be in a relationship right now. I want to get married right now. But, God's timing is so different than what our timing is. And I think it's just a great reminder that we need to trust in Him. We need to pray to God and ask for what we want, but also leave it to Him to do whatever we're asking for in His own timing, because God does have His own timing, which obviously is not what we want, because sometimes it is a little further in our life than what we would like. So remember God's timing, and don't let yourself get into this downward spiral about why you are single. Enjoy yourself, celebrate being single, and follow these 5 steps that I have tried and are true ways to survive the holidays when you are single. So have fun, don't hold back, enjoy, and take really good care of yourself. Thank you so much for listening, and all the way to the end. I am genuinely so grateful. So now you can continue to show your support in a few different ways. The first one is If you can think of someone who might benefit from this episode, please send it to them. And the second thing is, we all are on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and the like. So please share this episode. And I love it when people tag me to their post. And 3, head over to iTunes. You can leave a review and you can rate this episode. All your feedback is very helpful and it helps this podcast get visible so others can listen to all these great stories. Thank you so much. Till next time.